Okay, hi guys, and obviously, what's up? Have you ever felt that you was meant for something more? Well, so do I. Well, to me, I'll be posting a one impactful video once a week or once every other week because to script, record, and edit your videos is actually very time consuming. I don't think people actually understand the magnitude of putting together different edits and you're doing it by yourself. And also, I really kind of want to kind of pivot and do other things besides YouTube. Also, where I can obviously do things like edit scripts or obviously record myself. I really don't like to wait for nobody unless it's absolutely necessary to like get someone to edit my videos, because of the constant kind of back and forth to obviously get it right. And obviously, if I can do it myself, I might as well just do it myself. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, cause what I got, cause when I got to do something at a certain time, it just needs to obviously get done. That's why I obviously do it myself. So this week I've been working on a few things, but do you ever get that feeling, right? Sometimes that there's just not enough time in the day. That is exactly why it's obviously important that I obviously save my energy so that when I am actually doing these videos, not only are they obviously impactful, but they are energetic. Do you know what I mean? They're insightful, enthusiasm, all of them things. You understand? Okay, that's clear. That's good. Now, I also realized the more you become a noticeable figure in this space of YouTube and your profile starts to rise, you really got to be so grounded with not only who you are as a person, but obviously what you want to do, so that kind of opinions of others don't obviously kind of phase you. Now, irrespective of how much you plan and organize your week, it's just a lot to do. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I think it's obviously important that I obviously pace myself and obviously save my energy and preserve my energy for obviously doing videos and things of that nature. So here I am today with this video, and I'm actually going to be obviously discussing the Bentley Continental GTC. Now, the GTC was absolutely amazing to drive. It's absolutely amazing vehicle to drive. Yeah, so let me get into it. So today the day in which I went to drive the Bentley Continental GTC, I obviously experienced a smooth travel journey on my way to obviously test drive the Bentley Continental GTC. The views were scenic. I'm telling you, it's just absolutely amazing. There's just something about just traveling sometimes, and you just got picturesque views. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, take a look at what I'm talking about. Enough of the fresh outdoors, let's talk about the Bentley Continental GTC convertible. So it's not a hardtop that I drove, it was actually a convertible. So you know the Bentley GTC is a luxury mode of transport, right? Which gets you from point A to point B. You get to obviously experience a car with the kind of perfect combination of like style and performance. No point jogging. No point jogging. You might as well drop down the top of the car and cruise with the breeze. Do you know what I mean? There's no better way to kind of navigate the road ahead than making sure that you have all your kind of essentials either playing in the car, right, or have them to kind of hand with you. I also feel like with this car, you have the ultimate kind of driving experience. But I will explain why in a bit. It's like I feel like this car is like your special plus one. Better way to kind of navigate the road ahead than making sure that you have all your kind of essentials either playing in the car, right, or have them to kind of hand with you. I also feel like with this car you have the ultimate kind of driving experience, but I will explain why in a bit. It's like I feel like this car is like your special plus one for any kind of festivity or any occasion or any event that you obviously may decide to obviously attend. When I was obviously driving, I experienced the thrill and limitless possibilities and obviously enjoying the freedom of the open road. To note with the purchasing of these cars is that obviously they vary from country to country. So what might be applicable in one country might not necessarily so much in another country. I definitely feel like with the Continental GTC being a drop top, you could definitely have summer adventures, showing obviously your favorite moments, with the top down up, with the top down or up, obviously depending on how you feel. You can definitely feel the power of the car once you put your foot down on the accelerator, as it is very, very fast. Now, this car is where remarkable design meets marvelous comfort. We are not just talking about the exterior of the car, but also the interior of the car in terms of infotainment, AC, from the obviously the advanced features, obviously the premium sound systems. By the way, that single by Miami's Finest, Cinderella is fire, by the way. Anyway, every aspect of the car is obviously designed for comfort and convenience. Yeah, it's designed for comfort and convenience. Now, this car that I drove is a 2020 plate and very, very different to the Bentley GTC that had three different accents. The car that I drove obviously sold for about 145,000. However, the newer models, the 2024 plates, sell for about 190 grand as a standard. Obviously, the price goes up should you want to add more specs towards the car. Now, whilst I was driving this car, I was unable to obviously record myself driving because I didn't have the camera, which I should mount on the wall, and it was kind of difficult trying to hold your camera and drive the steering wheel at the same time. It wasn't actually viable. Specifications are as follows for the Bentley Continental GTC that I obviously drove. It's obviously a 2-door. It has 4 seats. It has buttons on the side of the front seats where you're obviously able to adjust your seating. What else does it have? It's obviously a convertible. Obviously you can put the car in drive. You can push to put the car in drive, you need to push down the button on the gear stick. Obviously you need to press start first, as with most cars nowadays. You need to press start. You don't necessarily need to put the key in the actual ignition, but obviously you need to press start first. Start to release, then you need to press another button to obviously release the lever. I think it's the park button. Now it's a V8 engine, ladies, meaning it has 8 cylinders. This car is not electric, it runs on petrol. You can even obviously adjust your steering by obviously pushing the steering wheel towards you, away from you, bringing it up or bringing it down, which I thought was quite cool. I wanted to add, when you get into the Bentley, this car has intelligent onboarding features. So as soon as you sit in the seat belt comes out, prompting you to put it obviously on. But when you put it on, it obviously ensures that as soon as you sit in the seat belt comes out, prompting you to obviously put it on. But when you put it on, it fastens you in. And you're like, whoa, hold on. Do you know what I mean? So it straps you in, and it's a little bit tight to begin with, and then it releases itself eventually. Now from this video, you can see on the central panel, there are like a set of buttons, both on the driver's side and on the passenger side, where you can obviously adjust the seating. Now, if you look at the interior of the car, it is bespoke and very similar to Rolls-Royce. There is a Rolls-Royce and Bentley are quite similar. And let me give you the backstory. Both companies are international brands, right? And the reason for the similarities is because Rolls-Royce saw Bentley as a great competitor to its brand, and obviously paid them, and obviously bought the company outright, gave Bentley 6 figures, and Bentley did not know they were selling to, Bentley didn't even know they were selling to Rolls-Royce until obviously the completion of the sale, to prevent obviously compromising the deal. Checkmate. Game of chess, really. Bentley in places in America and across the globe. It is an international brand. Now, I did mention that the Bentley Continental came in 3 different accents or 3 different trims. It came in 3 different trims, and it's slightly different to the one that I drove. Also, most of these luxury cars have taken part in Formula 1. Do you know what I mean? At one point in time. You can't mention Formula 1 without mentioning 44, who extended his lead with another win. I think he's now one of the most decorated players, surpassing those of his peers. I feel like the reason why I'm talking about Formula 1, because I've always said representation matters. It doesn't matter what field you're in, representation matters. And I love F1. I like Formula 1 though, because they are obviously working on cars for the future, testing different compounds, steering and ergonomics of a car. After a hard day's work, earning your leisure, what better way than to take the car out for a drive on the city road? Now, like with most luxury cars, you can choose your look. You can obviously configure and personalize the car to suit your sense of style, making it a perfect companion, I would say, on the city roads. Now, we all know power comes in many forms with luxury cars. It comes in many forms, and Bentley is no different. The Bentley Continental is very powerful and can obviously, I feel like it's very powerful, and it combines the power of an 8-cylinder and an internal engine with high density. Now, the Bentley GTC is dressed in speed, absolutely dressed in speed. I thought the Bentley Continental embodies this concept or philosophy with every fiber of aluminium, and it's obviously top, and it's top speed. I think it's important, very important to understand. I think it's for ladies, I think it's very important to understand the way a car works, features, functionalities, especially if you are going into a mechanics, so that you know what you're obviously talking about when you get there and when you're being charged for things. It is very important that when we go to like a mechanics, we have some sort of idea what we are asking a mechanic to do for us. Do you know what I mean? We understand a few of the terminologies, but when you kind of understand but when you understand it in its entirety, that's even better. I feel like with many luxury cars, they have their own in-house team, right? But people tend to obviously go to their own mechanics sometimes. It obviously depends, but most of these luxury cars have in-house mechanics. Now, with that being said, I say that to say this: luxury cars are seen as an investment and sort of kind of art piece compared to kind of utility cars, because the amount of effort, the scarcity of the car obviously makes the value shoot up. So obviously you've got to think about the cost to build a luxury car. Obviously ranges anything from 250,000 all the way up to like 3 million, with the most being 32 million. Very pricey in comparison to obviously the utility cars, which are not as luxurious, but they essentially get you from point A to point B. Luxury cars can be seen as a statement piece, a collectible. These are just my thoughts. Anyway. Then you have to think about the mechanics of the car. Do you know what I mean? These cars are very, very pricey to be repaired, with parts being, these cars Bentley have their own, like I said, they have their own in-house mechanic services. Oftentimes, when people can't obviously go to these places, they go to obviously their own mechanics, who are just as good, if not better, at sourcing the parts. This car might not unleash an unruly racer that gets behind the wheel of this car, but it certainly will unleash the sophistication and class and obviously driving one. For me, these cars are all in the detail, because when you step inside these vehicles and obviously press the button to go, you truly begin to understand why the Bentley Continental GTC raises the bar. Not everybody can come. Do you know what I mean? Not everybody can utilize that particular vehicle. I think this is why it set its price. This is why it costs what it costs. Even though this is not obviously a supercar, it's obviously sure to add spark on the road with its exceptional designs. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you did enjoy the video. Peace out and take care. Until the next time.